Hello and welcome back. Monday morning, 9 o'clock, sales video. I checked all that before I started. So I know it's Monday, just hit 9 o'clock, and I know it's a sales video. Nothing to really go over. In the morning, went down to the that church that I said I know the guy who's pastor there, and it's no longer a church. So it was an older building, probably built in the 50s or 60s, fairly small. And it turns out that he sold it to someone and then they turned it into like 6 apartments. So I still have the DVDs in the back of the car. With those, since there's probably 50 or 60 of them, I'll probably just picture them up and see if I can get some takers on that. And then the other maybe 60, just kind of keep those around until, I don't know, just inventory that's going to sit around. I'll put it in a box, go put it outside, go from there. And then I stopped at the miscellaneous barn and got a couple like $30 books, some $20 Neil Diamond DVDs, and a sealed big box PC game called Roll Cage. And that was $26, I want to say, total. And then the owner of the miscellaneous barn, I was conversing with him, and he said that he has an estate sale coming up, which I saw on the Facebook feed, but I didn't see any books. He's like, no, they have some. So he's going to get some pictures when he's out there again. I think that estate sale is Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And so he's going to post some books. Like, I mean, if you have a couple hundred books or a couple hundred disc media, I'll go. And it's out in Madison, which won't be a problem for me to go because I go that direction to thrift stores. Aside of that, I'm going to stay here, have some, got to get the books that I have bought in a box just to kind of get them organized until that box fills up. Then when a box fills up, which it's difficult to really tell, but when that box fills up, there's usually anywhere from 20 to 30, depending on the size of the books. That's when I'll get the books listed, but I don't even have anywhere near. I probably have half that, maybe 15. And then I have all those other PS4 games. I think there's one PS5 in there, a bunch of other DVDs and CDs that just need to get listed. So that's what I'm going to do today. The rain is pretty much done, but who knows? I can finish up and go somewhere. Just not really feeling that jive. But when I do get that stuff listed, be like, hey, let's go somewhere. And then I take off. But either way, it's a sales video. Let's find out what's sold. I have a Keith Green. I believe it's the greatest hits one. Nope. Ministry Years, 2-disc CD set, 30. So if you're new here, or if you're new here, I round up or round down. So that was 29. I thought it was 2971. It's actually 2911. So 29, and at 2911, I round down. If I was thinking it was 2971, to be rounded up to 30. I do free shipping on everything but auctions. All right, next. Gloria Stefan, and I forget who the Emilio Stefan. DVD 59. This Tatwa Shudi. I got a bunch of these ones and a couple other of these type of Buddhist type Shami books at the Goodwill in Madison many years ago. And probably, I think paperbacks then were like 79 cents. So these are like 3 years old, if not more. But 14. deck of, it might be, and I think it is. It looks like the brand of cigarettes, Newport. Um, so this goes back to when I used to get decks of swap playing cards, and I'd get bags and bags of them. And, certain times there'd be a bag that would have 40, 50 decks in it. I mean, it'd be a big bag. It'd be like 10, $12. So this definitely, I don't think there's a date stamp on it. So this is probably 3 years old, but $11. With Commodores, it's a twofer on one disc, 28, 26. Bobby Caldwell CD, sealed, 19. Roman Street Shorelines CD with this part of the gatefold that has some wear. Since, well, this gatefold part is signed, 16. Sealed BG CD, 15. Peanuts for Billy Ben. It's a fairly clean ex-library. Got this at the Savers. I want to say the Savers in Parma a couple weeks ago. Some of the tape. Left over from where the book plate borrow card was at, but still got 52. Two sealed Charlie Sheen VHS, 23. The Kinks Live. This is another one I bought to listen to in the car for probably twice. Like, I'm not digging this one. $9. So for whatever I paid for it, listened to it a couple times, got my money back, made a couple bucks, free music, $9. Practice time signing. So these ones I got, I think, like 3 or 4 at the Goodwill on Cedar Road. So in like the University Heights. Beechwood area. Got these at the Goodwill there, $1.71 each. This one's sealed, 24. The Canterville Ghost. So someone came in with a $10 offer, and how I arrange myself for things that come in on a lower offer. Now, granted, it was listed at like just shy of $14. It came in at 10. For the most part, I will, if it's a little lower, if it's like feasible enough, I'll just auto accept for the most part. But this was quite a bit lower. So I clicked on the listing and I looked at the time stamp, the date stamp that's on it. And I've had this since May of last year. And the last time when I listed it after doing the sell similars was in March. And at that point, when it sold, it only had like 4 views from March until when it sold. So if someone comes in at $10 for something I've had well over a year, take it in gold. This Thrasher gold, obviously not from the time frame of the 90s, but I remember skating in the 90s, Thrasher and Trans World, and some of the skaters, Mike McGill and Tony Hawk, Peralta, other things like Santa Cruz, and Nautis Compass, and uh, I forget some. I'm not going to keep going on because I don't skate anymore. But that's stuff. And then like the Swiss bearings and the OJ wheels. Some of those things were sought after. The Tony Hawk, and a lot of the different um, types of boards and stuff. But this is $14. 16 actually. One of these pair of the safety glasses I just got from the same savers the same day when I got that peanut book. So these are, I got 6 pairs of these. These ones went for 26. Sword and Sorcerer, just got this one, 23. It's either this one or the double one. There's another one, I believe is a double one. But just got this one. We'll say this is the one I just got, 23. And the ding ding winner of the day, Outrun 2006, Coast to Coast, PlayStation 2. You can see here, about as much as that'll open up. Manual. Disc condition. And I figure I do this now because Lord only knows someone will get this and be like, oh, you sent it to me all super scratch. That's not it. Because I have eBay. Oh, 106. So I have eBay calling me today, the same guy I spoke to a couple days ago, in regards to the other one that I sold that the guy opened up the claim saying that it got there all scratched up and the case is broke and the spindle snap is broke, and the picture that he sent me is not even of the same case. In the video that I have in the pictures, there's a little quality control sticker where the memory card slot is. That's not in the picture that he sent me. The picture that he sent me, the inside of the case is absolutely filthy dirty. And in a video that I have from when I got them, that happens to be that one that I was showing then, and I opened it up and you can see inside the case, it is absolutely mint, no dirt, no dust, no nothing. And then the disc itself it's not even the same one. And he tried sending me pictures. He said he bought 4 things and he did everything he could for a little while until I kept calling out on his lie. He did everything he could to not show the actual packaging that I sent, the one that I sent in. And in a video, a couple of videos ago, I showed. So he sent a picture of an eBay envelope, which is the correct one. And you can see like the envelope, the way on how the picture is, the envelope is like poofed like this. And so that is because I take I want to say it's a 5x4x4 supply hut box. So instead of it being out like this, I keep it flat and I put the disc in it. And an eBay envelope, I'll still have to trim the sides down of the cardboard box so I can put that in an envelope. And I'll take usually like the backing of the shipping labels and put that inside between the disc and the main door, the main gate of the case. Since I have cardboard left over from trimming it down, I will put a couple pieces of cardboard in there. Now, it's not a whole lot. It would take a lot for that to even pop out and slide around and cause that much damage. But there's still, if this gets hit in the back like this, gets pushed like that, all that's doing is pushing the actual spindle in toward the top of the gate, the door, whatever you want to call it. It pushes that to where now for the disc to be able to get popped out, all of those tabs would have to break, right? So you could try it on your own. I'm not going to completely explain it the way on how he's trying to say on how it happened. Couldn't have happened. And the case that he's showing wasn't even the case that I sent, so it's not even the game. He's trying to get something for free, brand new to eBay. One of those already. I don't want to make the restriction to where you have to have feedback of 5 or more before you can buy. There are restrictions that you can add to inhibit buyers. Like one of them is if they have filed a claim against any other buyer within a time frame, you could set that to where they could see your items, but they can't buy. And then they can message you, be like, hey, for some reason I can't buy the item. I'm like, yeah, probably because you've opened up claims before. That's the only restriction I have. That's why. So yeah, thanks for writing me. Now it's easy for me to just hit block buyer. Aside of those, so on top of that, he was showing me like, is this is your? I know it's absolutely yours because these are the only 3 that I got. These are the only 3 orders that I got, and one was a priority, one was like a regular Mylar bag, and the other one was a box. And then he's like, "Oh, I know it is. I know it is." And he showed me these different tags again. I was like, "That's not the one I sent." He goes, "So I know." Okay, so he's already showed me 3. He's admitted to ordering 4. And he goes, "So I can narrow it down. Which one was yours?" None of those. Well, which one is it? So I can narrow it down. If I have 4 things, 3 are automatically eliminated because I'm saying those aren't mine. How many are left? 1. That would be most likely the one that I sent. So he sends the fairly not really clear enough, but not clear enough to know. But I know it was the one I sent because I could read my name. And I knew it was mine because of the way how that was set up. So it's pretty easy to be able to tell. If it does come back, he's getting 50% refund, and I may consider legal charges. And then in Ohio, I can get reimbursed 3 times the amount of the filing fee and the value. So I think the filing fee is $35, so it would be like a total of $300 I get back, and there'd be a civil judgment. So it's just one of those don't want to do, but if you got to get people like that, and if eBay doesn't side with you, it's what you have to do. Now, would I bother with that? No. With the most of the time, no, I would not. If it was $100, $200, $300 item, for sure, I would definitely file charges or file a suit at least. If it's a $20, $30 item, I'm not pressed. But this is a new eBayer who already got caught up in the lies in the chat or in the messages, and this is some type of behavior that he's going to continue to do until someone stops him. So really don't want to be that person, but when you try to steal, it's typically not going to end up well. And there are a lot of sellers that will do what I even think I may potentially have to do. Not all. There's one. I watched her story. This was a couple of years ago. I watched her story in regards to, it's like she was making like custom backpacks or something. And she has a YouTube channel. That's how I was able to watch it. She has a YouTube channel, and she's like she has recordings of her making her stuff. And she also has just like a random CC. It's just another camera of her packaging stuff up. And then I guess the buyer got it, and they set back like a brick or a pair of pants or something. And this is like a $200 or $300 custom bag that was made. And she didn't quite know what to do. She started getting advice on what to do. She eventually contacted the police. They charged that person with theft, and then they were convicted of the theft, I want to say. And then the police worked very, very heavily with her to help her out, and then filed a civil action, civil judgment against the buyer, and all this other stuff. So that's just one. There's a lot of examples out there. I'm not fishing around to try to find them online, but there are plenty of them that are out there. And things like this: any retail place get caught stealing, what are they going to do? They think they're just be like, "Oh no, go ahead, you're free." No, because then just if you don't hold people accountable for doing stuff like that, you're just enabling it to happen more. And the more of those type of shady buyers are online, ruining it for small time sellers, those small time sellers don't want to do it anymore. Like, oh no, I've had 3 people make these false claims and I had a refund. Why am I going to bother doing this anymore? And that's what a lot of these scam buyers will do. When they have a new account, that's pretty telling. Not all the time, but if they're showing behavior of a scam or switcheroo and their account is new, chances are that's what they're doing. They found a way to open up an account with using somebody else's credentials, somebody else's bank account, or a burner debit card, or something along those lines. And they're going online, and they're going to do that until they're caught. So there's kind of that point. I'm not going to get into any more potentials or legal jargon, but there's that. Side of that, yeah, just get the a bunch, probably 50 or so disc media listed, and might run somewhere local today. I mean, I was just at Savers the other day, and today's 50% off, so they don't put a whole lot out on Sunday, and Monday's 50% off, so that would be kind of a waste. If I do anything, I'll figure out where I'm going to go, and it probably won't be too far. So, like what you heard, like what you saw, like what you learned. If there's anything I said that's kind of learny in here, I try to add something that's a little learny, something that you might be able to pick up on instead of just here's the item, here's the price. I try to add that in most of my videos. I'll add something that is not just the run of the mill information. Funny thingy, comment, sub share. Those are free. They take a second. Help me help you, help other people learn about selling physical media. Appreciate it. Thank you.